Hey everyone, welcome to another episode on Finding Griffey. Believe it or not, we're back. And thanks to some of you who have reached out recently through email as well as a comment or two here and there asking how we were doing. And here we are. Uh, Nothing's changed, busy as usual. Shelved the channel a little bit, but missed you guys dearly, miss everyone, miss the community, the baseball card collector community, basketball cards, whatever. We're here. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. We did. Everyone was here. Hannah was in from college. Lots of things have happened. Susanna's dad, 78, gotten married. He and his wife. We took them out to dinner the Christmas Eve. So everyone was in town, got to see everyone, and hope all is well with all of you. Today, special. This was a special Christmas gift. Even though these were mine back in the day, these two binders, along with three shoe boxes that were not cared for very well from the mid to late 80s. My father and stepmother found them and slid them into the living room in a big storage box and gave them back to me for Christmas. They've been holding on to them. They forgot they had them. They were in a storage unit, and you'll see when I go through here, most of the cards, if not all the cards, were in the same shape as they were before. They were in the sealed Tupperware container, but you'll see some evidence of kind of not being well taken care of. But I've got a treat. I've pulled out a lot of the cards that have value, and I want to go through that in a minute, but I want to just flip through this binder. I'm going to save this one. This was my very first binder of baseball cards. And again, I've picked out the ones that I'll share with you separately that I've got sleeved and in top loaders, but I'm going to go through this one second, but I want to go through this one first and just show you kind of, this was my day. This was kind of what it was like for me back in the 80s in the junk wax era. Obviously, Tom Gordon, if he would have amounted to something, I had a number of his rookie cards back in 89. This is 90 Donruss. It looks like I had the attempt to kind of start saving the rated rookies. You got Bartlett Giamonte up there, the commissioner. Bill Spires, I like the guy because my baseball personal coach growing up coached him in the farm leagues for the Milwaukee Brewers. So this was in 90, obviously. Some Don Mattingly's, Marquise Grissom, Mike Greenwell, Sandy Alomar Jr. We're getting into some 90 Fleer as well. Then we go skip a few. Some of these look kind of like new pages. So this was my second book binder. So then we get into 91 Donruss, same thing, kind of the rated rookies. No one really of much value there other than, you got Moises Alou, who had a solid career. Some of these guys, Derek May, some of them had some solid careers, but no one that's kind of Hall of Fame that I'm aware of. We get into some Will Clark, Nolan Ryan's down here in the score, 91 score. Kind of back to the Donruss. It's kind of looks like a Nolan Ryan page. Some Diamond Kings behind it. Looks like I went through and wanted to try to the checklist up here to save kind of keep the Diamond Kings. A lot of these I have complete sleeves or pages. We get, this is where I started pulling out some of them, but there were two cards here. I'll show you that in a minute. We have Ryan Sandberg, Bo Jackson, Nolan Ryan again, Ricky Henderson, Kevin Mitchell. I liked Kevin Mitchell back then. Of course, Robin Ventura. He had a solid career. I was hot on him back then as well. But junk wax, now we're getting into some 90 Upper Deck. There's Marquise Grissom, Upper Deck rookie. And then some rated rookies back in the 90. Donruss, Delano DeShields, Kelly Mann. He was the Braves guy I wanted. I just kind of flipped through here, but this was fun. Going back through this was while there was not much value, per se, and there's some value, don't get me wrong. The most value I had in this was the fact that it took me back to when I was 12. Like I kind of went back in time, and as I remember, I would sit and sleeve these things, and you could see like this Kevin Mitchell, I would actually sleeve over each other. So obviously the corners probably got damaged more so than we do now when we sleeve them in penny sleeves and directly to top loaders. So this was kind of the life of me when I was collecting. You see some evidence of there was something, but this was only on the outside. I had some cards on some of these pages that did not get, whatever that was, did not get on the inside. So we'll go through there. That's kind of book 2. We got 88 Donruss, Jose Canseco, Mark McGwire. Those were some kind of good finds. I knew these existed. I knew they were somewhere when I moved out and went to college. I know they went somewhere, and I figured they were in a storage unit building somewhere. And there's another box that I'm hoping can be located. I had probably 20 Michael Jordan posters from Wheaties and all sorts of places in my room when I left for college. And then my sister moved into my room, and they took those down, and I'm hoping those, knowing my dad, they were rolled up and stuck somewhere. I don't think they would have just ripped them off the walls, but I could be wrong. But I hope those kind of surface somewhere, but sometime. But look at these old stickers. These were mostly Fleer stickers. You got some Upper Deck stickers as well. Why I put the Cincinnati Reds there, I don't know. Why I put the Houston Astros there, I don't know. You would have thought I would have had Braves front and center since I was such a big Braves fan. Do have the Braves back here. So this was kind of the very first loader. And look what was over here. We had some still kind of saved 89 Upper Deck. Obviously, we've ripped a number of those in on the channel, but kind of get into some of these that had ripped out. Juan Gonzalez. We had Sandy Alomar Jr. He was a kind of a hot. See how this kind of got dripped on. But these cards, while they are not worth very much, are pretty clean. In fact, clean from whatever that was. So the book did its job. But if you look, if these were King Griffey Juniors, obviously you would not. Back then, we didn't know any better. I didn't. We just kind of saved them, and that was what we did. We put 4 or 5 on top of each other for space. Who else we have? Darryl Strawberry. We have Bill Spires again. Jose Canseco. Ricky Jordan. I was hot on him. Jose Canseco. These are pretty cool cards. 40-40 Club. Looks like there's 3 or 4 back there. You have the AAAs. You had the Terry Steinbach with Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco. Speed and Power. 40 steals, 40 home runs for Jose Canseco. Got my Dale Murphy page. We have 87 Donruss. We have some tops. Kmart edition. We have 86 tops. And we get into some older stuff. 84, 83. We got a Sports Flicks down here with Dale Murphy that, kind of, that's Bob Warner. No, that's Dale Murphy. So you can't really kind of see him in the outfield at Wrigley Field, if you can see that one. I don't know if you can, there you go. Wrigley Field, and he's swinging. So kind of a cool concept. The Sports Flicks never took off, but I liked the idea and the concept. So this, I'll probably take these out. This page was one of my favorites back then, and I'll show you. I pulled some other cards out as well. As you see, some 81 Dale Murphy. This was an 80 Dale Murphy, I believe. Then we get into some more Dale Murphy and Bob Horner. That was 85 Fleer or 86 Fleer. So that's this is kind of where I was when I was 12, just kind of ripping packs and throwing them in this book And this we get into Bowman. This is when '89 Bowman came out, and they had the old timey looking cards. You have, some '88 Donruss, kind of junk. Again, this is kind of the start of the junk wax. Not much value in there. You got some Hall of Famers. You got their, Jose Canseco's again. Everyone loved Jose Canseco because he and Mark McGwire were it. Some Don Mattingly. I did have a Don Mattingly rookie that I know was in a top loader at some point. I have not seen that one yet, so it might show up somewhere. So that, folks, was a lot of fun to go through, and man, it didn't bring me to tears, but it kind of put a little kind of knot in my stomach going through those, sitting there at my dad's house on Christmas Day in the evening. Just kind of took me back to those days when I was a young kid. I'm going to go through. So here's some of the cards. I do have these in penny sleeves. Mo Vaughn. We had some Bernie Williams. Sammy Sosa rookie. Corners are a little bit dinged up. We got John Smoltz. Tom Glavine rookie. Look how young he looked. Bow Breaker. This would have been a really cool card, except it's got it's a little bit creased on the top. Bow Breaker. That was 91 score. Fun card. That was sleeved, and again, the corners aren't great, so it wasn't great out. I had a few of these. This is the reverse negative Juan Gonzalez. I had 3 of those, or 2 of these, or maybe I think there was 2. Juan Gonzalez. Then we had the John Smoltz, which was not John Smoltz era card with Tom Glavine. There were 5 of these. Mike Mussina, 2 of those from 91 score. Decent value, or decent as decent can be for Mike Mussina. But here was these John Smoltz era cards that I had to show the family kind of what these era cards look like, and the reverse negative of the Juan Gonzalez. So kind of cool finds. I forgot about having those. Then we had a Ken Griffey senior card. It was 89 Bowman. It had junior on the side. In decent shape. This card's pretty valuable card. The corners aren't great, so I've got it double sleeves. I didn't have any large penny sleeves. Darryl Strawberry, 86 Donruss. Then we get into some older stuff. No one crazy, but did put these in sleeves because just in there. I think most of these are 58 tops. Or we get into some 58 tops. I think not crazy value, but you got the Kansas City A's with Alex Kellner, Ray Moore from the Chicago White Sox, Warren Hacker from the Phillies, Frank Sullivan, the Red Sox. These have value just because they are old cards. So I sleeved them up. Then we had a Jim Catfish Hunter, an older card there. Obviously, he'd been playing for a long time with the A's and then the Yankees, but kind of a cool card to find. And then we ran into some cards that I put in top loaders. Michael Jordan Super Streak, not in okay shape, but it's a Michael Jordan card. So anytime you have a Michael Jordan, and then of course Magic Johnson, there that's good. This Dale Murphy was in fantastic shape. So the corners are really good on this one. I'm pretty sure this is 81 or 80 tops. I can't remember exactly. I wasn't obviously actively collecting, but I loved Dale Murphy. So how young he was. Then we had a Michael Jordan card. This was a Fleer. I think this was 94 Fleer Ultra. Not a super value card, but in pretty decent shape. So I had that. Had 2 Ken Griffey Jr. Cards that not from 91 Donruss, that I just love Griffey. And then the best card, I'm going to end it on this one. If this thing would have been kept in good shape, this one was in one of the boxes. It was a shoe box. So that just kind of, it's going to show you just kind of what if I would have taken a little more care of some of those cards. Just didn't know any better, just collected cards. I was more of a baseball guy. And I'll give you a hint. This is a Michael Jordan card, not a baseball card. But I was into baseball cards more because I played baseball as better, even though I love Michael Jordan. I love the Tar Heels. But this card is not his rookie, but it's his third card, 1988 Fleer. This is All-Star card in that iconic dunk he had in the dunk contest. This card in a PSA 10 would be about a $5,000 card. I'm guessing, the corner is not centered great. I'm guessing it would probably be a 4, maybe a 5. But this was in the back in a box. This was not even in this one of these binders. This was in a box with loose cards. So I, kicked myself. I laid in bed that night thinking, golly, what if, because I'm sure there were some others that I just kind of threw in a box that I'm obviously now going to go through, but, it could have been Michael Jordan's because we were collecting in that era, whether or not we kept him or not. He wasn't the superstar. He was good, but of course did not have the value that he has now. But anyway, thought I would show this to you. This is all I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to leave you with this Michael Jordan, probably $150, $200 card in its shape. But man, that card, when I saw it kind of sitting in there, I saw the back of the card first. I'm like, oh my God, here's a Michael Jordan card, and I'm going to turn it over and it's going to be his rookie card. No, I'm not going to say thankfully it wasn't, but it was his rookie card, but it was his third-year card or his third card ever produced, and this is it. It was fun going through, and I'm glad I could share this with you. I do have a few videos I'm going to record here in just a little bit, but hope everyone is doing great, and thanks for being my friend. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being patient with us. We'll get back at it. It won't be every week, every day, anything like that, but we're still here, and we're going to get more active, and we look forward to throwing out some more videos. So hope everyone has a fantastic new year. If I don't get another video up before then, hope you all had a Merry Christmas. So good being with you, and have a great day.